if I may, to take you on a strange journey.
I'm Kerry Stanley.
And I'm Dolly Diamond.
And welcome to Kerry and Dolly, our Halloween special. Ooh. I'm Gomez Adams.
And I'm Morticia Adams.
Oh, it works.
Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween, Halloween lovers.
Oh, this is exciting.
You know what's scary?
What?
I can't see without my glasses.
Not the glasses on.
You look
Oh,
amazing.
You do. You're only saying that because you can't see me.
Oh, it's like a filter.
I know, we all need one of those. What a night.
Yes.
I wonder if anybody else is dressed up. Are our guests? I don't know.
It's a little bit
We'll
exciting.
know as we go along.
We thought we'll get into the theme of it all, and we love. Yes, we've got some Chucky's
Let
treats.
us know if
That's
you
right.
want any. You know, why not send us a spooky message or a joke, or let us know that you're watching on social media. That's what we like, isn't it?
I will have to lean over and
All
do
right,
this
yeah,
to
no,
see.
that's fair enough.
It's like
That is fair.
I want to give a shout out to my beloved Lexi, aka Sexy Lexi, also known as Molly Melodrama, for putting this together.
Yes, and I did my own. No, Laura, obviously. But we are ready, aren't we?
We are. How are we going to get started?
Oh, well, let's take you on this very strange journey with the one and only Justin Clausen.
Michael Rennie was ill the day the earth stood still, but he told us where to stand. And Flash Gordon was there in silver underwear. Claude Rains was the invisible man. Then something went wrong for Fairy and King Kong. They were caught in a cellular jam. Then a deadly pace, it came from outer space, and this is how the message ran. Science fiction, oh, double feature. Dr. X will build a creature. See androids fighting, red jelly, and Dolly Diamond stars in Forbidden Planet. No, at the late night double feature picture show. I knew Leo G. Carroll was over a barrel when Tarantula took to the hills. And I really got hot when I saw Janet Scott fight a Triffid that spits poison and kills.
Dan Andrews and Prince really gave him the runs, and passing them would take lots of skills, Alexis.
But when worlds collide, said George Pell to his bride, I'm gonna give you some terrible thrills, like a science fiction double feature. Kerry Stanley
welcome me on set as one of their own. One of them even tried to make me.
Brett and Janet, Dolly, Diamond, stars in Forbidden Planet.
Stop acting like a disgruntled pelican.
At the late night double feature show, I wanna go.
These are dark times, John, but not that dark.
To the late night double feature show by RKO. To the late night double feature show in the back row. To the late night double feature show.
That was impulsive, capricious, and melodramatic.
That was fantastic, Justin.
Wonderful.
Oh, and of course, if you're not across Schitt's Creek, then the whole Moira roasting would be completely lost on you. But wow, that was great, and we got to mention too.
Yes,
that
you know what we do? We ring everyone up and we ask them, don't we? We ask, will you do a number? And you know, every week to week, if you've watched before, you know we love everybody. But we've asked Justin to do that specially, and my word, you did that.
Yeah, that was great.
Brilliantly.
Great production.
Love it.
I think we will be continuing the Rocky Horror theme.
Oh, yes.
I think our little
Very Halloween, isn't it?
Dina Q will be doing a bit of a number.
Really?
We love it when man, you've been thrown into a couple of clips before, and we've watched it live. And of course, we're going to be doing the same with this clip that
Always.
Dean's put together. We have no idea.
No, because I guess if we did watch it, that would involve us giving more to this show than we want.
Or just giving more
you know.
opinions. More,
Yeah.
more
No, we love a natural reaction, don't we? And believe it or not, this is natural. I know, but it is.
I just want to give a quick shout out to my darling friend Kelly, who's watching in quarantine in
no.
Queensland. Hi, doll. You're almost there. I know. Well done for getting up there. And
Yes.
thanks to Nate and Brent for comments on our looks.
Lovely. We love it. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. What about Halloween? It was obviously big in America, wasn't it? Bigger now around the world. We
Yes.
just love any excuse to do this. What about you? Have you ever done Halloween costume? One you remember?
Not as such, but I always think of Mean Girls when I think of Halloween. I think of, slutty nurse and slutty cat.
Yes.
What are you, a slutty mouse?
Yes.
That always just cracks me up. If in doubt, just wear something really short. And,
Always, always. That's a great motto, isn't it? I remember going one year and I had no idea what I would wear, and I got those little packets of cereal and put them in blood around them and plastic knives, and I was a serial killer.
Oh, that's very clever.
Yep,
Well done.
Yep. It was cheap, but it was easy. Which is me.
It's a bit you to a T.
It is,
Well
isn't
done,
it?
Tick.
Now, we threw down the gauntlet to everyone involved tonight and said, you want to dress up? You want to be at Halloween? You want to be a bit spooky? Well, with the gauntlet out there, it's over to Judy in the newsroom.
Judy Wednesday Kelly with a spooky optimist's bent on what's making news this week. A final update on the Victorian Pride Lobby's Rainbow Vote campaign during the state's recent local elections. The latest update shows 728 candidates took the pledge to promote LGBTIQA+ issues at local level, which represents 33% of candidates across all councils. Just under 6% of candidates identified as LGBTIQA+ via the Rainbow Votes campaign website. The latest Sydney Women's Sexual Health Report was released this week, tying in with events for Mental Health Month. The report covers a range of issues, including sexual and gender identity, sexual practices, healthcare experiences, and use of alcohol, tobacco, and illicit substances. One key finding is a continued drop in people identifying as lesbian, as younger people increasingly identify as queer and bi. The biennial survey is a collaboration between Acon Health and the University of Sydney, and it's the longest longest running and only regular survey of the health of cis and trans LBQ women in Australia. And finally, for now, with Australia starting to enjoy a further easing of restrictions just in time for Halloween, the Department of Health and Human Services has confirmed trick-or-treating can go ahead, but with limitations. Trick-or-treaters are unable to enter property, including front yards, meaning door knocking is out. But alternative options include an outdoor gathering with up to 10 people. And for those who still want to hand out lollies, details of a contactless COVID-safe process are described on the DHHS website. I'll be back a little later with more from Joy News.
Yay! We can go trick-or-treating! Not that was
Judy
right
Wednesday looked amazing.
Yeah,
didn't
Judy,
she?
fantastic,
well
Judy.
done.
Well done.
Love that. Yes, so if you are going to go out and about with the little ones, you can only do it from a distance. But listen, leave the candy out there. That's where ours is, isn't
It's
it?
really fun seeing the houses that are, throughout the neighbourhoods. Of course, being lots of walking going on in our neighbourhoods
Yes.
too, and seeing the houses that have been really getting into the spirit of it. I find Halloween, it really turned a corner, I think probably about 2 years ago maybe in Australia, that it was just, of course we know how huge it is overseas, as you said, but in Australia all of a sudden it's gone, oh, okay, they've taken it on board. And
why not?
Yeah, good fun.
Yes.
And of course, it's one, and sadly for all of, this is Lexi's usually her biggest time of the year, is an amazing face painter, so of course that's not happening, but it'll get pick up again. But the
Yes,
vibe,
we're out, aren't we? We're in Melbourne. And
Vibe's
we are
good.
now out, yes.
vibe is good. I think like the weather's been a bit nice. Everyone's got a spring in their step. Everyone can get on the beers, as they say.
Yes.
And whatever else.
Doesn't mean that you should run around hucking everyone and
No.
doing all that. We know that. But it is nice to be out a little more. You can go shopping. You can go for lunch. You can do everything. You can scare people.
I know.
You can do whatever you
I'm going
like.
out for breakfast tomorrow night.
Are you?
Oh, I know. Now, we need to get to somebody fabulous
Yes.
who's waiting for us in the wings all the way in Sydney. Our darling Sydney correspondent, DJ Dan Murphy. Hello, darling, are you there?
Hi, guys.
Is it really Dan? That's just that masked man.
Oh, it's like
Go
Robin,
on,
isn't it?
Do the reveal.
Yes.
Do the reveal. Do the reveal.
Mask for masks. Oh.
No, you
better?
look lovely. You look lovely.
You look lovely in your I Remember
Yes.
House merch shirt there, doll.
Oh, she's one for
Wowee.
branding, that one. She loves a bit of branding.
Good on you, honey.
Yes.
We love
Good
I
on
Remember
you.
House, and I love that you brought out some merch about it. Very nice.
Yes.
Oh, well, I had plenty of time during COVID to put together a merch store, that's for sure.
What, you've been actually quite busy though,
Yes.
promoting something new. Tell us all about it, because we are going to live vicariously through you at the moment, but it won't be long before
No,
borders
no.
will be open and we will be in Sydney.
We'll be up.
Yes, well, I thought Dan Andrews said, get on the beers. I thought it's official now.
Yeah, but only
it
where you
still-
live.
Yeah.
Only where you live.
Oh.
Not what
Shit
been
where
doing
you
that
eat.
the whole
You've got to
time.
shit where you eat.
Oh, I didn't see that on the...
Yes, no, it was in the small print. It's in the small print. Yeah.
the fine brown print down the bottom.
Darling, the wicked. Give us some news,
Raise the
honey.
tone. Raise the tone.
Oh, news. So
News, give us
Sydney
news.
is going OFF. It
At last.
is
Good.
Right.
back in business. As
Good.
long
Great
as
to hear.
you're sitting down and eating a meal, you can
Yeah.
have some fun. Dinner and a show is back.
Well,
Did it
our,
ever
our
leave?
darling friend Minnie Cooper's doing a residency show. Did I see that somewhere on the
Yes.
socials, Dan?
You sure did. Minnie's doing a night in Paris at the Beresford, and I
fabulous.
went along to opening night. The food is delicious. The show is also delicious. It's a delicious night out.
Wow.
Lovely,
Well, we
lovely.
love Minnie. Now, what about Nosh?
Oh, funny you should mention that. That's an event I'm putting together with my friend Rod Richards. It's down at Cafe Del Mar. It's, funnily enough, dinner and a show, or lunch and a show. Bottomless brunch, all these cocktails and yummy wines and yummy food and DJs and beautiful hub views and nosh
Sounds
stuff.
terrible.
Yes,
I think the first one sold. Has it sold out? The first one?
Already.
Yeah, our first one is this Sunday, and then we're going to do one every 2 weeks until Christmas.
Oh,
So
fantastic.
3 times.
Oh, all you Sydneyites, get
Yes.
along to it because I've seen the photos of the location. It looks stunning.
We might make the last one.
Oh,
mightn't
this
we?
is
You
true.
don't know.
You
Hey,
never
when, are you,
Maybe.
when are you guys coming up?
When
what's
we're
the-
allowed.
Yeah, when we're
Oh,
allowed.
We
As soon
don't know
as
anything.
soon as that border opens,
Yeah.
right up, honey, we're like, and plane, you get on that plane and off we go.
It must be really lovely though, being able to organise all of these.
Oh, it's so good to be working again. Oh my God. It was nice to have some downtime during COVID, but after 6 months, and I can't complain, you guys have had it worse, but after a while it was like, oh, I just want to work again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and like so many things, and so many amazing artists too. They've had to, the word pivot, I know it's a word we've been using, but create their own platforms and
Yeah.
their own events. Dan, you're an event producer anyway, so this is right up your alley. So it's finding that new way to do it, which is the sitting down,
Yeah.
the catering for longevity. Got to make some money. That's nice, and find what people want, which is basically they just want to socialise.
Yeah, and it's actually the first time we were able to get together, and I don't know if you guys have experienced that this week since the restrictions eased. Once we could get together with friends and actually see them face to face instead of on a screen, don't realise how much you miss that until
Yes.
you get to do it.
It was only yesterday for us, and we're all of that is on the way. But we over this, every week or whatever we've met with you, we love knowing what everybody else is doing. It's not been miserable, because
No.
it's inspiring. I love it.
Has anybody wanted to see you guys though since the restrictions lifted?
And that is the end of the interview. Put your mask back on.
That was shorter than normal.
We are actually, we booked to go to a bar after the show, one of our favourite
Yes.
bars. We thought, yes, let's make
We're gonna
it
go out.
We're going out.
Yes.
Because we can.
We may remove, a little bit of this.
Pants.
Yes.
Oh, it's that kind of night. So anything else happening in City that you want to tell us
Yes.
about?
A couple of other things. We touched on Beresford and Nosh, and obviously Universal is doing Premiere, which is another show with drag, Dine and Drag, and Stonewall is doing Bring Back My Girls, where they have a different showgirl, sometimes two, every week as well. So
We might have lost our lovely... Oh, there he
There you
is. Yeah.
Oh,
Go on,
did
my
I
love.
freeze?
Yeah, only a little. You're all right.
You're good now.
Okay. What did you hear?
No, we got all the information. We just wanted to...
Okay.
But we
you guys are looking
we wanted to
good.
see the Botox move.
Oh, it's definitely moving. Holy moly.
Yes. Oh, but you're really busy, which is lovely.
It's great to hear. And darling, coming back to Melbourne when, of course, borders open, are you looking at bringing I Remember House to Melbourne when you can?
Yes, I've been working really closely with the Emerson where as soon as we're allowed, we've got something lined up and ready to go. So
Amazing.
I think
Great.
once that happens, it's going to be berserk.
It'll be like everyone's
Great.
like ready and roaring for it.
Yes, and Nosh. Why not? We
Yeah.
want Nosh, both of them.
Yeah, that sounds fabulous.
Oh,
Yes.
bring it all down.
You can do a double bill.
Well, darling, so
Nice.
lovely to see you and hear from you. And best of luck with all these events. Of course, first one sold out, but get along to every second week. To all you Sydneyites, get along. It'll be so
We
much
love
fun. Love you,
you.
darling.
Yeah.
I love you too. So good to see you guys, and I can't wait to see you up here when the borders open.
I think
You meant that.
I think he's been on the beers.
Evil. You're evil.
Dan Murphy's been to
it's
Dan
water.
Murphy's. But
No, it is not. You're evil.
Bye, darling.
Bye. Happy Halloween.
Oh, it is always fun having a chat with that gorgeous man.
Naughty is very, very naughty.
I just
We
love,
all are, really, aren't we? When we like
I
this.
love how Dan just bounces off you. You always just give him a little bit
I'd
of shtick. And
love to bounce off Dan. I really would. I really would.
How do you feel about that, Dave?
Oh, you lucky night.
Yeah, I think we're all keen for a little bit of travel sometime soon.
It'd be nice, wouldn't it?
We booked in a weekend away because the 25k limit goes on the 8th of November here in Melbourne. So we booked in a weekend away. That following weekend, we're going to go to Bendigo. That's something different.
Lovely.
Go explore our Victoria. Yeah, I'm excited about
We're all over the world now, and so for those of you not in the know, Bendigo is just a little area in rural Victoria. It is beautiful, isn't it? And we love, the area, surrounding area, but to a certain extent we have seen it, and it would be nice to get on an aeroplane one day, wouldn't it?
Oh, can't wait for that.
But at the moment we're all about Vic. We love the Vic.
Absolutely. We else would love what we love. Our darling Dean,
that
our darling
wasn't what I was- no.
community darling.
Oh, I love him.
Do you think he's going to be dressed up?
Hold on, get ready, everybody, because we never know. We absolutely
go.
never know.
Here we
It could
go.
be rainbow, it could be doing anything. I'm ready.
Let's go. You ready? Hello, darling Dean. Oh, got the memo.
Amazing.
Got the memo.
Yes.
Well done.
Look at this, it's amazing. Look at there's no rainbow. There's no rainbow there
There's
at
no
all.
captain.
Are you
No,
all
it's-
right?
It's
Are you all right?
Kooky and kooky.
Yes.
Oh, you look good,
Oh.
doll.
I love all that
Wayne.
spookiness. It's fabulous.
Oh,
It's a bit of fun.
yes.
I think it was you actually came up with the suggestion some months ago, darling. So very pleased that you did. Yeah, very.
Well, what
very
better way to
remember.
celebrate our 40th episode?
I know.
Oh, dress
We
up.
don't look a day over.
Unbelievable. Oh, Gomez. Now, what is on the way? What are you doing?
Well, since restrictions have eased up for us all, we've been able to go and get some sun. I know you can't quite tell from my current complexion, but I have been outside. So, and since I happen to live in the neighbourhood that is Collingwood, for this week's Community Darling, I decided to actually get out of my bubble and get into the street. And I'm just lucky enough to live on Smith Street, and with the rainbow corners and everything, there's always a lot of queers around, and a lot of people have come now that the restrictions have lifted to such a degree to come and support local businesses or things like that, or just be in familiar surroundings. So I actually just yesterday got the camera, got the microphone, and jumped out on the street and decided to see if any of the queers I ran into wanted to have a chat and to share how they'd been feeling, what they'd been going through. I mean, it was ironic. A lot of people said they wanted to, but they were already a little at the pub.
Oh,
so,
Yes. No, that's, well, I mean, who
Well, that
can
could have been
blame
loose
them?
lips. I mean, really.
Yes, well, they were lesbians.
yeah, they actually were. But you're not wrong. But it is that thing where things are changing, restrictions are shifting. I was trying to touch base with some of the businesses in our communities to see how they are and touch base with them. But honestly, they're all pretty stressed. They've all had quite a week because none of them quite expected the announcements that they got. And quite frankly, everyone's still juggling what these restrictions are, whether or not they can make it work. So we're going to park that one. And instead I thought, let's just meet the community out and about in the street. And I tell you, it's so much easier to sync audio with people wearing masks. So much easier.
Yes, didn't you? I loved him more with the light bulb in his mouth. Yeah, it was, but introduce it, Uncle Festa.
Oh, all right. Whoa. No, everyone, it's time for Community Darling. Let's get out of our bubbles into the street and start reconnecting. I've often walked down this street before, especially over the past couple of months, but you know what? It hasn't been as busy and lovely as it is today. That's because restrictions are easing up all around Victoria, and it's changing the way we engage and connect, and I couldn't be more excited. So you know what I've done for this Community Darling? I've headed out into my own neighbourhood of Collingwood, and I'm just waiting on the street to see what queers I run into and see how they're doing.
Today, the energy's been amazing.
I had a day off, a bonus day off, and it was so sunny, and it's our first day out of lockdown, and I thought, I haven't been to Smith Street for months. So I rode my bike over, and ran into you.
I feel really good. I really just needed to get out of the house, and I wanted to embrace the sun. I'm outside of my suburb. Look how nice it is. I'm in a place where I've spent most of my time.
I feel like it's just joyous. I've seen so many streets laden with people on chairs outside businesses, and everyone just looks kind of happy and somewhat normal.
Oh, it feels great.
And also still looking like they're obeying the rules, which is very exciting.
It feels like reconnecting because I was feeling horribly disconnected.
I get to be with people that I love and have missed being in person.
Being here, I've already seen a few people out on the street, got to give them a quick wave as I passed on, and it's just reinvigorating.
It's been really good for the soul just to get out and see people again.
The vibe on the street is amazing.
You know, after naming my cushions, talking to them for weeks, it's nice to get out and actually talk to real people.
It really is wonderful to get out of our houses and into the streets and into our communities. But it doesn't mean we're forgetting what the past months have been like and what we've gone through.
Like anyone else, I think it's been really up and down.
I've been working and studying, so I've kind of still had a routine.
Up and down. I had moments of like absolute euphoria, having a great time, getting a lot of shit done, and then rock bottom, and then swings and roundabouts.
I've managed to keep myself quite occupied and, free from boredom, so I'm thankful for that. I know a lot of people don't have that privilege to be busy during this time.
Generally I was okay, but it was a lot of just down kind of feeling, which I'm glad is sort of, even though we're not back to normal, nowhere near it, but it's just a nice lift.
I just moved here from Sydney 2 weeks before the first wave, and I have literally been in limbo for 8 months, so it feels good to go out and now just experience some form of Melbourne culture and life, so it feels good.
So good to be social again. Like, it's just been so hard, I think, not being able to see people, not interact with people, not have that regular contact with your friends and your community. So I think it's finally been good to just walk down the street and see so many familiar faces out and about, everyone actually being happy and positive about how far we've come and how well we've done.
So are you taking some life lessons with you from the past few months into the new normal? I know I am.
Masks, obviously, distancing.
Resting, having time to rest. It's just been kind of nice.
I've definitely learned to spend time with myself. I never did that. I always filled every waking moment of my day with catching up with people or work or travel. So now to know that I can spend a night by myself in my room listening to music or reading a book is kind of great. Never did that before.
I've certainly learned to appreciate what I have, like, materially, not being able to just go to a shop and buy stuff, and appreciating good health.
Contactless click and collect is something I love and want to continue doing.
Just things we take for granted is suddenly not always readily available all the time, and it's just, made me consider more what I use and how I use it.
This year's been the year of realising things, I've really missed that social interaction with people, so that's become more valuable to me, and, spending time with friends has become more valuable. I probably burnt the candle at both ends before COVID, and I really pushed myself. I was always out, I was always socialising, but now I realised I was really burning myself out, so I think coming out of this, I'm going to be a little bit more intentional with my time and my energy, and actually, preserving that and respecting, my boundaries in that, and just taking care of myself, because pre-COVID, I was getting really sick. My immune system was always shot, just because I was constantly out and around people and, just really pushing it. So, that's definitely what I'd take out of it. Using things like Zoom is kind of an interim, and it's just not enough. Like, you really need and want that physical contact with people to actually see their faces rather than through an electronic medium. So I think I want to spend more time with friends and, less time at work, and enjoy things I want to enjoy. We probably have to learn to be a lot more patient with each other, and just, we're all going through the same thing, just to love each other a lot more. And if you harbour any negative feelings or thoughts about other people, just let go. Support businesses when you can, but just have fun. Go reconnect with people again. Learn to appreciate one another, because life is short and we've got to take advantage of it, every moment that we have. And what I've learnt through this time is just to love people a lot more and be patient with one another.
I'm actually someone who has sort of done a lockdown once before. I went through a period of unemployment, and again being away from the community before I was connected, and I think it's really about realistic expectations. You can't push everything too hard, because then we're just going to end back where we were. It's about realizing that it's not about being excluded, it's just being about being careful. But just being mindful that people are getting back to working after not having worked for months and months and months, and just being mindful of that things might take a bit more time, and
yeah, just giving them a bit more space to breathe, really.
We've all had a crazy 2020, but 2020 also means hindsight. So take your time, step into this new normal and connect with yourself, your community or your friends in whatever way works for you. Just get out there and enjoy the space that we now have. And I look forward to seeing you on the street where I live.
Hello, Kerry and Dolly. It's Willy Wonka here. I'm busy in my workshop getting together some delicious candy treats for this year's Halloween. Because it's been such a fantastic year, I thought I'd make some extra delicious treats for all you Kerry and Dolly fans out there. Happy Halloween.
Oh, I love how it cuts from Dean's beautiful,
I know,
on the
that lovely
street where I
message.
live to sexy in the bloodbath.
Now, well done, Dean.
That was
As
great.
usual, lovely, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Really lovely getting all those. And, because we do, we want to make sure everyone is represented. Dean asked loads of different people from all walks of life.
Yes.
But it's always the gays that want to get on there.
Not
really,
everyone
isn't
wants to
it?
get on camera,
No,
so that's
no.
okay. So it wasn't
And
yes.
That wonderful sexy Galaxy is from a longer clip. We asked for a little special message and we got it.
Yes.
But that's going to be a longer clip which we're going to be able to release next week, is
yeah,
it?
correct. So
Yes.
Sexy filmed, it's another online digital drag show that's coming out of the States this weekend for Halloween.
Another one. for
Another
our
one.
Sexy.
Fabulous. And so we shot that over the last, I had a little hand
Yes.
playing assistant.
You were up there, wasn't it?
Upper puppet, yes. Upper puppet. That's, you don't get to say that every day, do you?
No, not legally,
Anyway,
no.
anything that Sexy does is outstanding, and I can't wait to share it with you. It's not your standard Willy Wonka. No, well, you saw a little bit
All
of that.
that
So
blood.
It gets a bit like
Chocolate.
You can actually eat that. We made that blood.
Did you?
Yeah. I wouldn't. I'll get it.
What?
I'm leaving you wide open for that one, doll.
Not
Bit
for
like
the
how you were
first.
sitting earlier.
What's next?
We love costumes.
Oh,
clearly.
how would you know? We do, don't
We did want to speak with someone a little peek behind the curtain, and of course, this man was the forefront of our mind when it comes to costuming in
Yes.
Australia. The darling Kim Bishop. He's worked on everything
Literally
in this
everything, yeah.
country. He is an award-winning Green Room award-winning gentleman. And fun fact, he actually toured as wardrobe supervisor and looked after Torval and Dean. Now that's showing the age. If you know who Torval and Dean are, you know that. I remember my mum took me to see that in 1984.
Wow.
They were world ice skating champions.
That's
if you don't
when
know.
ice was not a dirty word.
That's
wasn't it?
correct. They were
Yes.
skating on it.
Yes.
And he toured with them all over the world for 10 years. It was an amazing experience.
Wow.
But we want to have a chat to him now.
He's ready.
Yes. Darling Kim, hello. Oh, what?
Oh!
Oh, cousin
Where are
Eve.
you?
Oh.
I love it.
Very
Oh,
nice.
Cousin It.
yes. Now, did you make that one? Is that
Yes, I
one of
do
yours?
I do puppets too. No, I don't.
Well, it would be the only thing that you don't do,
Yes.
Kim. Your
I have made puppets
Of
years
course you
ago,
have.
but you know.
Of course, if your CV reads like the who's who and the what's what
Yes.
on the darling of theatre in Australia and overseas, is there anything you haven't done and would like to do?
Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't mind doing designing a production cabaret at one stage. I think
Right. Yes.
That'd be one that I have not done and I'd
Yes.
like to.
Cool.
And why don't we let everybody know what ones you've done already?
Oh, heavens, so many. Last year I did Sweeney Todd. I designed costumes for Sweeney Todd with Anthony Warlow and Gina Riley,
Yeah.
which played in Sydney and at the wonderful Her Majesty's Theatre in Melbourne. I was so
Yes.
excited. We had 2 full houses and I was like, my costumes are on stage at the Madge and there's full houses. I was so
Yeah.
excited.
And
It's great.
what is it like? What information do you get, or are you given a brief, or what do you do?
Yeah, you in consultation with directors and choreographers and sometimes the cast and everything, you get you read the play, you do some research into the era that the play is in, that the show is in, and sometimes directors have a really specific, they want this and this and this. Other times they leave it to you, but often it's a consultation, and that's what's so fabulous. Is,
well, it wouldn't have been easy working with Teresa Borg. I mean, that we love that woman, and
gorgeous.
we know obviously one of the the creative producer is our producer.
Yes.
The lovely Luke
Gallagher.
Yes.
Yeah,
what I love about what you do is that this man obviously gets an idea or a brief, but you always make it your own, and that is the way to do it, isn't it?
Well, I think, I was trained, I never did formal training to become a costume designer or a wardrobe person. But Bob Murphy, in great costumier that used to be in Flinders Lane, was like my mentor. And so much of the stuff I do, I go, oh, what would Bob think of that? And then I think, oh, must do that, And his thing, which mine is too, it's not just the look of a costume, it's the way it works, both on stage and back. Like if it's a dance show, they've got to be able to dance and move. The cast have to be able to move in it and dance in it. And if it's backstage, if it's a quick change, you have to make the costumes quick change.
Yeah.
Oh, doesn't that remind us of a lovely
I
little...
know.
Oh, we want that. What is it?
The last time Kim and I worked together, we were on... What was the opera?
I can't remember actually what opera it was.
With the Australian Opera, last year it was.
Yeah.
Anyway, and apart from doing wigs and makeup and Kim doing costume, but we were both dressing as well, and we were looking after one of the leads, and we were responsible for a couple of quick changes with the lead, and we had lots of giggles backstage because it was doing a quick change to anyone out there. Of course, a lot of people that don't know what goes on behind the scenes with theatre work. It is bang bang.
You lose all your inhibitions.
It's a choreographed.
Yes, you're right up.
Whirlwind.
You're under there. You're in there.
But we had fun because this gentleman was quite the, let's say, a little bit difficult. But
who was it?
No, Kim got him under control. It was very good.
Oh, I love. Yes, I bet you did.
I think he was just nervous that he'd never been to Australia before, and he didn't know us, and we didn't know him, and he got a bit panicked. And I'd say, "Give me your foot, give me your arm, give me," I'd sort of talk to him.
Yes.
I shout at him to say, "We're doing this now," and you've got to do that sometimes. Whereas other people you dress, it's almost choreographic. It's amazing. They do the same thing the same time every night, and they're calm, and it's lovely,
I mean, every now and again you get a glimpse of that with Delta Goodrem or Celine Dion has got a video where she's back, and she's in there, and you get all that. I mean, they're not always like that, though, are they?
No.
I mean, no way, something falls out or whatever it is. Not only have you been doing all that, but with nothing going on, no theatre, you made masks, didn't you? You were making masks.
Yes.
More than one.
Yeah, very much more than one.
400 of them, wasn't there?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't count. No, I did count them. But Art Centre Melbourne, who I've dressed, we dressed there before, decided that they'd use their wardrobe department to make masks for the staff when the theatres reopened,
isn't it?
rather than buying them cheaply online, And so we all did it at home. I sat in this very room with the machine on this table and made lots of masks. But it was a good initiative, and it's a great thing to do, I thought.
Is out of everything you've ever made, this is not going to be easy. Everything you've ever made, what one do you go, right, that is it. That is my pièce de résistance.
Well, I don't know whether that's it. I don't know whether it... Well, two things. One was Light in the Piazza was a show I designed for Lifelike Company at the Playhouse, and I loved that show. I loved what I did for that. I was really happy with it. It was beautiful. But the other thing I loved was the a frock I did for Mitchell Butel, of all people. And it was for the producers, the production company, just, production of the producers. And it was the Chrysler Building dress that he wears as Roger Debris. And it had all ruffles here and a big Chrysler Building right down the front. He was meant to look, the line is something about, I thought I looked like the Grand Duchess Anastasia but I look more like the Chrysler Building. And I loved the one of that I did for that. And the production company, when it closed down, gave it to the Performing Arts collection at the Art Centre. So
Wow.
one of my frocks is in the museum, which I'm very happy about.
And speaking of which, too, Kim, the coat that travels. What was the name of that too that you it was granted to you to remodel, to fix, to? I'm trying to think of that.
It was known as the Gypsy Cloak.
That's the one.
It's now known as the Travelling Cloak, and it's how do I explain it? It's a strange tradition in music theatre, and this cloak would travel from show to show to show and be presented on opening night, and it's a good luck charm and be given to the ensemble member who's done the most shows or has been in the industry the longest. It's not to do with the stars of the show or the principals, it's only to do with the ensemble people. And then the costume departments would put, usually, not always the costume department, would put a logo of the show on. And it's a historic piece. It's gone from, it's gone for many, many years. In fact, I think it's early 80s we got it here.
Wow.
But eventually it filled up with all the logos. You couldn't send it anymore. So I got a new one made, and the old one has been also presented to the Art Centre.
Well, I mean, it would have been nice. We would have been able to wear it while,
It would be our coat of all the colours almost.
Well, nobody's using it.
Well, Kim, it is so lovely to see you, albeit we haven't seen you for so very long, but, your reputation is so outstanding, and we can't wait to see what you do next when everything opens up for us again, and I can't wait to be dressing with you again backstage at the Art Centre Melbourne sometime soon.
Thank you. It's been lovely to be with you.
Oh, I love that, man. And I love working with him. Yeah. When we've had those kind of quieter moments, backstage, we're waiting for, a talent to arrive, what have you. I just enjoy chatting about his experiences. And that's how we got to talking about Torval and Dean.
Oh,
and I was like, really?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, amazing. No. And he's just attention to detail to watch him sew as well. Like, there's something to be said about costumiers when they create for theatre, because it has to last. And they generally do it on a shoestring budget too. But these costumes have to last for a very long time, so they're very incredible.
Well, it was that attracted me to the man. I've known him a long while, and I remember we were watching some performance, I don't know what it was, and you never know when the lights are about to go down, do you? And I said, Kim, and he said, yes, Dolly. And I said, Kim, and he said, yes, Dolly. And I said, I was wondering perhaps one day you could make costumes for me. And he said, nothing.
Well, because the lights went down and the show came up.
Yes.
Well, Kim,
no, he's very lovely, but I'm yet to get him to make me anything.
Well, when
a mask,
if he does, it would be exquisite.
Wouldn't it be lovely?
It would be exquisite.
It'd be nice just to wear something,
Maybe for one of your next year's numbers.
Yes.
Something.
Kim Bishop.
Look out, you're going to get a phone call.
You are.
Right, we are a little bit excited about this next part of the show.
Always a regular on this, isn't he? From day one. We would never have done this without him. He wouldn't have allowed it.
But this time, our lovely Dean Arcuri, normally is a community darling, but Dean, of course, is an amazing singer.
Yes.
So he shot this clip, and he did ask for a little bit of backup help from yours truly. And of course, we are watching it live too. I have to get my glasses on. I cannot see without it. I'm going to be looking at that monitor. But we are ready to watch it, and you're going to love it. I think we will too.
How you do? See, you've met my faithful handyman.
Alvin.
He's just a little brought down because when you knocked, he thought you were the candy man.
Trick or treat.
Don't get strung out by the way I look. Don't judge a book by its cover. I'm not much of a man by the light of day, but by night I'm one hell of a lover. I'm just a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania. Let me show you around, maybe play you a sound. You look like you're both pretty groovy. Or if you want something visual, but may not too abysmal. We could take in an old Steve Reeves movie.
Oh, I'm glad we caught you at home. Could we use your phone? We're both in a bit of a hurry.
Right.
We'll just stay where we are, then go back to the car. We don't want to be any worry.
Well, you got caught with a flat. Well, how about that? Well, babies, don't you panic. By the light of the night, it'll all seem alright. I'll get you a satanic mechanic. I'm just a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania. Why don't you stay for the night? Or maybe a bite. I could show you my favorite obsession. I've been making a man with blonde hair and a tan. And he's good for relieving my tension. I'm just a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania. Yeah. I'm just a sweet transvestite. Sweet transvestite. From transsexual Transylvania. So come up to the lab and see what's on the slab. I see you shiver with anticipation. But maybe the rain isn't really to blame. So I'll remove the cause, but not the symptom.
Yes!
Love!
Ah, Dean, outstanding. That was so much fun. And
Unbelievable.
We were great.
Amazing.
We were doing all the acting.
Oh.
All the acting. And there was a cameo from someone we know too. Was it?
Yes, everyone was in it, and well, I mean, we're overacting maybe a little, won't we?
Oh, it
But
was
maybe
fun.
you know. I mean, we have been nominated for a Globe. Maybe there's a theatrical award.
Well,
you would
Logie
have wondered,
or
wouldn't
something.
you?
A Helpman Award
Well
or something.
done, Dean. Wonderful.
Well, we
Loved
have kept Dean waiting because we want to have another chat with him as well. So let's get him on. Hello, darling.
Oh, Kerry and Jolly, I am so glad that you loved that clip. It was so much fun to do.
Oh,
It
yes.
was such a hoot.
You can
Yeah.
always rely on Uncle Fester.
Yes.
Always.
And his green screen.
Oh,
Transport you anywhere.
Anyway. Oh.
Natal, you've been busy with Pride Cup going
Yes.
on. Tell us exactly what's been happening.
Yes, I have. Well, you've just seen one creative way I've been doing things, getting my green screen on, having a good time. And another thing I've been doing in conjunction with a friend of mine, Kate, in isolation, is filming a Pride Cup Trivia Championship. Now, I know what you're thinking. What do I know about sport? Well, pretty much nothing. But everyone knows I have fun with trivia, and I've been doing that virtually over the past however many months we've been locked away. And a friend has been helping me with the back end, all the technical stuff. I just concentrate on looking pretty. And we started thinking, wouldn't it be great to do something while in ISO to connect our inclusive sporting teams? Because they're so social. Like, I love being going and celebrating with them. The sporting teams are amazing. So
what ones are involved?
Well,
What
there's
ones?
so many. There's like 16 teams. So we actually spoke to Pride Cup and went, what if we did a virtual tournament in lockdown? So we filmed a virtual trivia championships.
Wow.
We're all about sport. Well, about me and sport, which means sometimes it's questions, sometimes it's crazy things, sometimes it's about, you know, A League of Their Own, the movie. But it all still keeps being fun. So we put a call out to all of the teams in ISO.
Well,
we put a call out.
you are one of the best. I mean, you've been doing the one at the Laird for how long now?
How long? How many years have you been doing that?
7.
Seven.
Wow.
And, well, Dolly, you were asking how many teams are
Yes.
and we put the call out to see which teams would be interested, and 16 came back.
That is
Fantastic.
amazing,
Yeah,
isn't it?
good fun.
Amazing. Now, is it what were you going to give anything away? Anything?
Well,
more?
we have a bit of a teaser to play for the show, but basically it starts next Tuesday on Tuesday and Thursday night. So it's going to be 2 episodes a week right up till Christmas where we do the grand final.
Wow.
And it's we've already filmed it all, but no one knows who's won because it all happened in isolation. It all happened during stage 4. So the teams were all sitting the players were sitting in their homes. They couldn't see each other. And basically we did a drag race ending. So all the teams competing at the end
I thought it sounded
have
like a
no
drag race.
idea.
Let's film all the reactions.
It's filming all the reactions, and we've got no idea with it. But what's really wonderful is finding fun and creative ways for these teams that are very social and very sporty to connect differently with each other while in lockdown. And even though restrictions are easing up, we're really excited to start releasing the episodes next week.
Isn't that amazing? You would have, I know you, we know you would have brought them all together in the way that you do. And I'm ready for all that.
Yeah, that sounds like a whole lot of fun.
Yes. Well
It
done,
really
young
is.
man. Well
It really
done.
is. Oh, thank you very much. And I'm really excited for everyone to start watching from next week and see the teams compete. It's going to be a hoot.
All right. Well,
Fabulous.
we're going to have a little look, are we, right now? Right now, I believe. Is that right? Roll the video.
Are you ready for the Pride Cup Trivia Championships? With 16 inclusive sporting clubs and teams going head to head against one another in a sudden death test of knowledge, skill, and sometimes daring from the comfort of their socially isolated homes. The winning team of the Pride Cup Trivia Championships will be walking away with $1,000 for their club towards uniforms or equipment. And our first teams going up against each other next Tuesday are Stella and Kirsty from Bushrangers Basketball versus Nick and Anthony from the Melbourne Chargers. It's the most inclusive sporting competition to hit Victoria since, well, March because of coronavirus. Hosted by Dean Arcuri, who knows absolutely nothing about sport.
Judy Wednesday Kelly with more from Joy News. Ace Week continues until Saturday with several online events over the final days of the annual week-long celebration that raises awareness of asexuality and support for the ace community. Community group Aussie Ace Week have organised online panels throughout the week with recordings available to watch online. Social events have also featured, finishing with the Spooky Discord party this Saturday afternoon. Taiwan's annual military mass wedding ceremony will include same-sex couples for the first time. Taiwan legalised marriage equality in May 2019, and last year 3 same-sex couples had registered to get married in the joint military wedding, but reportedly dropped out due to the media attention. This year's ceremony includes 3 same-sex couples and takes place the day before the annual Taiwan Pride event. The military featured photos of all 52 couples taking part on their social media pages, and the 3 same-sex couples have reportedly received the most messages and likes. And finally, an Australian photographer has won the 2020 Comedy Wildlife Photographer of the Year. Mark Fitzpatrick's image of Terry the turtle flipping the bird impressed the judges with both its humorous and serious message of a more considerate world for all the beasts that share the planet. The image of the rude turtle was selected from 42 finalists, which include images of giraffes photobombing, penguins partying and lions gossiping. All the finalists' images are posted on the Comedy Wildlife Photo website. I've been Judy Wednesday Kelly, and that's the latest from Joy TV News. Now it's back to Kerry and Dolly.
Hi, Kerry and Dolly. I'm so happy to be here today. I hope you have a fabulous Halloween this year. I love Halloween because I absolutely love candy! Yay!
See, Sexy's been busy. I said earlier.
We're all busy, aren't we?
It was her Halloween clip is involving puppets.
Yes.
And she made those puppets from
Very,
scratch.
very good.
Yeah. Yeah, so I've got a newfound I've got a newfound skill too in the clip. I'm like this.
I'm ready to watch that.
It'll be fun. Anyway, well done. Thank you also to Judy Wednesday Kelly. Well done. and to Olivia for signing, and of course back to Alvin too for doing a great job with Sweet Transvestite.
Amazing.
Fabulous.
I said to Judy, I said, we're going to be doing Halloween. She said, I could dress as a witch. And I said, well, yes, or we're doing the Addams Family. She said, leave it with me. And
Fantastic.
Look at that.
We've had a lot of fun tonight.
Brilliant.
Well, we have a lot of fun each and every week, don't we, darling? But
Yeah,
it was
but this has
so
been
nice.
different.
But you know what? We were saying off air too that
Never again.
well, it's really, I mean, you're used to looking a particular way, as am I, and it's really quite odd, a little bit out of our comfort zone to be doing that. I can't see. So, that's
and my only thing is I didn't want to look like The Grudge, Marilyn Manson, or The Ring, and I'm somewhere in the middle.
You
of
want
all
to be
of that.
Clem, darling.
I did.
Well, I'm feeling very Boa. Thank you
You
to
look
Lexi
gorgeous.
for working her magic
Gorgeous.
on me.
A little while ago, we featured this beautiful group, and it's the Divine Divas of Sunbury, and they wowed everybody with their song, didn't they?
They did.
It was gorgeous, all done in isolation. I have no idea how they do that. The skill and the work that it takes to do that. Well, I do have a bit of an idea. It's Adam Preslocki. He is their music director, and he well and truly motivates these women. And we're going to leave you with this. We might pop back and say
I think we will.
goodbye,
Yes,
aren't
we will.
Yes.
Let's have a watch of this
If
fabulous
there's enough
clip.
money in the meter. If not, the Divine Divas of Sunbury.
Ah, beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Lovely work, ladies.
Yes, Adam, well done. And the Divine Divas of Sunbury, well done. They'll be out live eventually in the new year, I would imagine. And, oh gosh. Oh, it's time to milk that. And, well, what a night. It's been amazing.
You know, if I find a wig, I just have to put it on.
Quickly, we'd better go.
No, I have no idea what.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Stay safe, go well. We'll see you next week.